If you wanted goals, we got goals for you. And the Sharks are winning with plenty of goals, as are the Barracuda. We'll break down the victories by both the Sharks and the Cuda. Maybe we'll throw in some PWHL opening night action as well. Right now on Teal Town After Dark. Let's go. Good evening, everyone. It is November 30th, 2024. The San Jose Sharks sweep the home and home with the Seattle Kraken, this time by a score of 4-2. And we welcome you to this edition of Teal Town After Dark. This is your live interactive Sharks post-game show. We do this after every Sharks game, win, loss, or overtime loss. But right now, it's a victorious Saturday night. So if you want to be part of the show, chat with us and fellow hockey fans all over the world and on the YouTube page or the app. Follow us all on the socials. We're now also on Blue Sky, GIF in the games, along with Twitter and Threads, along with all of our content on Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, Discord, TikTok, and find everything at tealtownusa.com. If you want to support the pod, do so with the Venmo donation at Venmo. That's at Teal Town USA, or if you're watching us live, hit us up in the super chat donation. And with that, I say good evening to you, Jules.
What's up? Hi, everyone. I was looking at Cuda stats. They're very fun.
So are the Sharks stats. Let's be honest here.
How many goals have they scored? Like, okay, I want to total. I'll do this in a second, but I want to total up the amount of goals that the Cuda have scored this weekend and the amount of goals that the Sharks have scored this weekend. Because boy, oh boy, I'm not quick at. I'm going to do that actually right now. But boy, oh boy, have the San Jose teams decided? You know what? We're just going to score a shit ton of goals this week.
Just grip it and rip it, I guess you could say.
That's a sentence, but yeah, grip it and rip it. Because the Cuda got what's 7 plus 5? They
12.
got 12 goals, yeah. And the Sharks got 4 today, so that's 16. They got 8 last night. 24 goals for the San Jose teams. That's insane. I don't think they scored that many sometimes in 2 weeks last year.
Yeah. No, it's been something else with the goal scoring indeed. And it's not just one person doing it. You're not relying on one line. It's everywhere. You're getting goals from Sturm. You're getting goals from exactly.
Cunnin.
Cunnin.
Luke Cunnin has 8 goals. Like, where did those come from?
Seriously. I mean, he's challenging, Celebrini for goals. I mean, that's just crazy to see. But you're seeing it from everywhere. And so it's nice to have that problem. So let's get at it. Sharks in Seattle for the second half of a back-to-back with the Kraken. They beat them 8-5 on Friday night, begin a 6-game road trip. It's kind of weird. You have a back-to-back. You start up in Seattle, and then you're going over to the East Coast for roughly 2 weeks. The Kraken get Vince Dunn back, one of their nicest offensive defensemen back, but battle of the other goaltenders. I don't want to call them the backups because I mean it's Blackwood against Decord, and it seems like that's a novelty matchup between.
I feel like yesterday was the battle of the backups. Today was the battle of the arguably starters.
Right. So things got going early. About 3 minutes left in the third. You saw what everybody in Discord picked for the prediction squad, Mario Ferraro.
Yes.
With his second of the season, he gets things going to make it 1-0. What did you think of the Sharks in the opening period? Because that would be the lone goal of the.
Well, besides the immense amount of penalties this team takes, I thought they played well. I thought it was kind of a leak from last game where they kind of were dominating the Kraken there for a bit. We'll get to when they got dominated, but I thought they played well the first period, and I think Decord kind of saved the Kraken's butts there a bit.
Oh yeah.
Decord's a good goalie. So yeah, I mean the assist went to Granlund and Liljegren, who is, I believe, now also on a point streak. So
Yeah.
that's been a solid pickup by Mike Greer.
Thanks, Toronto.
Thanks, Toronto. Good job not blowing the lead tonight, bud.
Oh yeah. Trevor, and I apologize if I get this wrong. Trevor Feibelkorn. First time here live. Sharks are fun to watch again. Future looks good so far. Trevor, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Tell all your friends. But
Yeah.
you know,
And if you hate it, tell your enemies. That's what I always tell people.
or tell your friends and your enemies. I mean, come on.
Well, I'm saying if you don't like it and want to make someone miserable, and if you don't like the pod, just tell your enemies.
Like this, the Sharks won.
You should all like this. I'm just saying, if you don't like the pod, tell your enemies to watch the pod. We still get views. Who cares?
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Sharks.
God! All right,
The Sharks would be outshot 13-9 in the first period. Second period, though, the floodgates opened up early on. I mean, especially in the first half of the second period, you get Luke Cunnin, less than 2 minutes in from Delandry and Walman, and then you get Macklin Celebrini assisting along with Jake Walman here on Cody
Ceci. Hey guys, we got goals from Ferraro and Ceci today. Like, what the fuck is happening? I'm sorry. Like, Eklund didn't even make it on the score sheet because we had Cody Ceci and Mario Ferraro scoring goals. Anyways, no, I mean, I would like to personally thank Steve Yzerman for something, and that is. I don't remember which goal it is. Which goal was it where Jake Walman fell down, still got the puck to someone? He literally tripped over. So there was a goal and fudge. I think it was the CC
goal.
It was a CC one. Yeah. The Cody CC goal, if you didn't watch the game, was the funniest thing ever because I was dying of laughing as this was happening. Walman falls over, trips, but somehow still gets the puck to Celebrini. And then passes it and so Brini passes it to basically, I think Cody Ceci just got an empty net to shoot out. But like, thank you, Steve Yzerman, for the beautiful gift of Jake Walman. Thank you very much. Anyways, you may continue talking, and a friendly reminder to the chat: it's November. Relax.
Already, huh? I haven't looked, but Cody Ceci, no doubt about it, gets his first of the season, just a scotch under 9 minutes into the second period, and then 45 seconds later, Costin to Granlund to feeds to Will Smith.
Okay, that's
dare I say
pass.
In Fuego, his fourth game in a row with a goal. I mean, he's finally found his steps here.
I mean, this is the Will Smith we all knew was going to come at some point, and he's only going to get better. The kid's 18. The kid's like 18. Like, he's only going to get better. And now, so like, also we have to give credit to Granlund. That was an insane pass. Also, did you get the super chat?
I'm going to. I was just letting you finish up.
No, you're good. That was just an insane saucer pass by Mikhail Granlund.
Gotcha. Jerry F with the $5 super chat. Thanks for the great coverage. Celebrating the Sharks win with my son, William. Hi, William. Glad that they were able to hang on to win, but my nerves are shot. Yeah, we're getting to that because...
Yeah, we're getting to that. Well, trust me, the Cuda did the same thing to us tonight. It's the young team's specialty, I'd like to call it.
The Will Smith goal made it 4-0, and you're like, all right, we're moving along. Just one more goal really would put them in there. And then what happened?
And then the Sharks kind of took their foot off the gas.
Yeah, I mean, not even 30, like maybe just a little over 30 seconds after Will Smith scores.
46 seconds.
Yeah, there you go. Jaden Schwartz with his fifth gives Seattle a life 4-1 as they go into the third period, and then Seattle would be trying to work hard. Although the Sharks did a good job reducing the shots allowed from the second to the third. I mean, Seattle had outshot the Sharks 17-10 in the second, and while the Sharks only took 4 shots in the third period, Seattle only had 8. I mean, yes, Jeremy McCann gets a goal about 6.5 minutes into the third period to, kind of get the Sharks a little bit more refocused in there, but they held their own in that one.
Yeah, I mean, the Sharks, again, and we'll get to the Cuda here in a sec, but the Sharks, like the Cuda, bend but don't break. Like, they were kind of playing it safe. They just continuously chipped it out, and I know Ramenda got onto them for that. But, like, for the most part, they played okay defense. Like, listen, their defense is trash. Just because their defense put up how many points today?
Yes.
Like, 3 of them got on the score sheet today?
Yeah. CC,
Of
Ferraro,
course. Of course. And then Walman. Oh, and Liljegren. So 4 of them. Basically, their
Liljegren.
top 4 defensemen
Yeah.
all all got on the score sheet. So
Come on, Ruda, where are you at, man?
he's been awful. So yeah, I
Oh,
mean, like,
jeez.
they held in there. They held their own, and then the Kraken woke up in that third period and were like, "We're a good team or a mediocre team, mediocre, whatever you want to think of the Kraken. Think of the Kraken."
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it was nice.
It was
It was
very
nice.
nice indeed. Speaking of nice, Maggot of Slipknot. Great 2 days to be a Sharks fan in Seattle. Go Sharks. $10 super chat. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you for the super chat.
Thank you very much. All I'm gonna say is inside joke, Jules. It's working. Um, no, she totally.
Do you remember the play where Blackwood like flicked it up and it seemed like he was trying to score? And it hit, I think, Celbrini's stick.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
Freaking.
Someone asked him about it, and he was like, no and yes, if whether he was trying to score or not. And then he said the last game I faced 10 shots, I might as well have been sitting in the dressing room. So Blackwood does better when he's facing a lot of rubber, but that's like any goalie. I thought Blackwood had a really nice bounce back game.
Yep.
From his Ottawa game where it was their defense played well. They like minimized the shots. And like that's what I like about this team. They're minimizing shots at least. It's not like last year where their goalies this game might be a little bit of an exception, but like last year, how many shots were their goalies facing? Like 40 plus?
Something like that.
We have quotes here.
Yeah. But, we have quotes. Yay. Yeah. Oh, AJ, thank you, bud. Good play by Walman to keep it in. I got a good bounce off the wall, Cody CC. So yeah, like you were mentioning how he kept it in there. It's always great to score. I'll take them where I can get them. My chemistry is growing with Walman. That's from Cody CC there. I mean,
someone's gonna pay a ransom for CC at the deadline.
Yes.
Yes. This team can get more fun and worse at the same time. It's gonna be great.
This is big. Go ahead.
This is big for our group to get some momentum going into this trip. It's been great to see our group from the beginning. Yeah. Real quick, I want to talk about this trip. Have we talked about who the Sharks are going to be playing here? Because enjoy the wins, guys, because it's gonna get worse in about like they're playing 1 Florida, 2 Carolina. The rest I don't give a shit. We're playing Florida and Carolina, and who else are we playing? I don't
you also
really remember.
You also have Washington.
Oh, and the Caps. And the Caps.
You also have Tampa.
Yeah, I mean, so don't be surprised if the Sharks go 0-4. Sorry, Puckeye. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I mean but that's the thing is you have as I'm trying to pull it up here, you have a lot of games against big teams. Washington in a playoff chase. Tampa always in the playoff chase. The defending Stanley Cup champions. You have a team with Carolina that's wanting to have cup aspirations. You finish up against St. Louis, who made a coaching change. Who knows what they're going to be like going back to St. Louis for the final time this year. You know, it's
yeah. And I'm not saying the Sharks are gonna go 0-4. I'm just saying don't be surprised if they do. But honestly, knowing this year's Sharks, how surprised would you be if they go 2-2?
If they go 2-2, I mean,
at that, if they I'm gonna put this out there. If they somehow sweep this road trip, just saying.
You're going to awaken AJ in on a bet for that. If you're
I know.
just be careful
AJ,
what you're
hit
doing.
me up, buddy. Hit me up.
Oh
We're
my
gonna make a
god.
bet on this road trip. Anyways, I'm
Oh
gonna
my
keep.
god.
Where were we on
Well,
quotes?
we are right here. This is big for our group. Get some momentum going this trip. It's been great to see where we are now. And that's the big thing there, Jules, is that you see on with that 4-game homestand and tonight. I don't know if it was the whole reset coming home, the whole jumbo ceremony. Yeah, they lost that game to Buffalo, but
They played well, except for one or two little brain farts.
right, and they played well against Ottawa. It just couldn't get goals past Allmark, and you know Blackwood couldn't stop it. But I mean, just the evolution of this team just within November has just changed everything for the future. Because let's be honest here, you started 07-2, you got your first win right before the calendar page went from October to November. Now you've picked up win number 9, and yes, you are 9-13-5, but I hate to say it, and there
Are
are
you gonna
teams
say the
leapfrog.
P word?
They're only 4 points out of the second wild card spot. I
Okay,
mean,
listen. Like,
but
will the Sharks fall off? Like, they can't. I don't think they keep this offensive production for the whole season. Like, let's clarify this. Their shooting percentage right now is probably through the roof. I haven't checked it. Their shooting percentage is way up there, but they're not playing bad.
no, and that's the thing. One, they're not playing bad. Two, they're entertaining as heck. I'll be honest. I even texted Doug Bentz, the marketing officer for the Sharks. It's like, and I had 2 more tonight. I've had 6 people or groups text me, when are we going to a Sharks game? When are we doing the? When can we go? Because everybody's now excited for this team, and trust me, if it weren't for the Niners, already stealing all the money from the Sharks since they moved to Levi's, and the Warriors doing their thing, this would be a big draw right now. I mean,
I
you
want to
could
say something. Oh, go ahead, and then I'll say
no, no,
something because I'm about to go off. No, you sure?
oh boy, what are you going to go off on?
Yo, it is November 30th. The Sharks can win games. It's okay. Chill. You can continue.
Okay, I get you.
All right.
I mean,
Anyways,
it is one of those things. It's like, yes, I know, win them all and ruin your draft selection even more. Yeah, okay,
yeah,
that's fine. It's not going to happen. I would love for that to happen,
I
but
was.
it's not going to happen.
This is like. Okay. All right. Never mind. Never mind. Not getting into that because I will fight someone right now. Anyways,
Just don't. No, no, no.
what are we? Okay, let's read more quotes because Jules is not gonna pull that right now.
Relax. All right. Blackie was great for us tonight. He stood on his head, came up big when they had a grade A chances. Great for him and our group, from Cody CC. Jake Walman saying, I'm really happy for CC. Good to see him get rewarded.
Yeah, no.
This
I
is
mean,
the
as
other
much
thing.
as I hate Cody Cece's choices in the defensive zone, like I'm glad to see the guy get a goal. What were you saying, Puck Guy?
I wasn't, but I'll move onward.
Oh, I thought you were saying that's the other thing, and I
No,
completely interrupted you.
no, no.
Oh.
The CC does the simple things and knows exactly what it takes to win. He brings a calmness to the team. I love playing with him. He makes my job easy. I mean, Walman with another pair of points. I mean, if
I
he
love
can,
Jake Walman.
if we can, fix our goal differential. I
Honestly.
mean, where is he at for top scoring defenseman?
Oh
That's what
yeah.
I'm
Let
curious.
me keep reading quotes while I find that.
Go for it,
Just so we
because I'm.
don't have
I
like
mean,
silence.
Kale McCarr is going off. the usual suspects are going off, but I'm just curious where Walman's at on there, because it's going to be really interesting to see what happens.
Okay, so he's 14th right now.
That's it.
Well, yeah, because this year's defense is blowing up. 21 games, he has 17. Jake Walman's a +7 on the San Jose Sharks.
Ow.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I just did not think he was a +7.
I mean, a
on this
+7. I mean,
with the
14th.
weekend input, yes, it makes sense. But mind you, our defense is actual hot garbage.
I mean, if he can continue the 2 points a game stat, maybe he gets some Norris love. I don't think he wins it, because I think Cale Makar is just going to go off.
Cale Makar's running away with it, but he only is playing like 22 minutes a night. Like, he's not even really reaching like the 24, 25 minutes.
Even better down the road.
I'm just saying, keep Jake Walman around when the young guys are here. Because I know there was some like dressing room issues or whatnot in Detroit. But just keep Jake Walman around. He's a really he's producing for the Sharks, and there's no point of letting go of good guys or good players, whatever.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's been a great fit. Same with Timothy Liljegren. I mean, it's been a nice fit. I mean, I heard on Dangle's podcast, there's like, oh yeah, we're kind of missed him a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure you have. Hope you're having fun with Matt Benning. Walman continues on. We have a good group here. Really excited to be part of this team. We're really building something pretty good here. The confidence is growing, and we're giving San Jose something to cheer for.
They're only going to get better. Like, look at Ethan Cardwell. Like, they don't just have Ethan Cardwell's on the way. They have Quentin Musty on the way. They have Sam Dickinson on the way. They have Igor Chernyshov on the way. They have Philip Beestead, who will talk. They have Colin Graf. Like, they have an abundance. They have an abundance of riches right now, and we'll get to Quentin Musty because there was something I want to address that leaked out today. But, like, they're only gonna get better. Like, this is the start of the Sharks actually building and not just fully, being god awful and then in the basement. Like, right. Every single. Oh, and Polka. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. He's on a roll also. Keep going.
No,
I keep interrupting you.
No, you're fine. Polkamp has been a surprise of of the college guys lately. I mean, that's been more love than Booyam at this point. Walman continues on to say, even games we've lost, we're doing the right things. We're holding each other accountable and taking big steps. This is really becoming a team from just gathering from their play and what they're saying in the locker room. It really is a sign that they've started to come together and work together for the success of the team.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, it's nice to see after like the last 2 seasons. So right. Like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep talking. I'm trying to find that.
Blackwood, when asked if he was trying to, I think you mentioned.
Yeah, I mentioned that was so funny. Because I think the broadcast was also like, did he just try to get a goal? Dude, if Mackenzie Blackwood got a goalie goal,
the rosters come out this coming week for the Four Nations face-off.
Ooh, Mikhail Granlund should make it, is my opinion.
So it's going to be interesting if Blackwood gets any interest in that. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. He did finish up by saying, that last game I faced 10 shots. I might as well have been sitting in the dressing room. Well, your play kind of showed it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just looking at it, Ricky saying, do you think we get a third for Cunnin if he keeps
if he keeps scoring?
Yeah, I mean, if he's doing the thing, I mean, that's the case. Tom C asking, why is Logan Couture still the captain? Because they are still hoping he returns to the team. Let's be honest here. When they gave out the letters for this season, if you notice, there's a boatload of alternates Ferraro's
Mm-hmm.
kind of the pseudo captain, going everywhere. So he's always got the A. So he's kind of the one that's leading the charge in the locker room on game days. And then you have 2 players at home, 2 players on the road. So you have 3 A's altogether. Kind of what they're seeing, but let's be honest. If Couture were to come back, and again, we haven't heard anything about him. We heard about a week or so ago that Vlasic was starting to skate. Haven't seen anything of that nature or any update
I
from that
haven't
yet.
heard anything from that. Yeah.
Neither one has been on LTIR, so the Sharks don't have to do anything. They're doing, they're just recouping that. Um, so we'll see how that goes. Brisbee life. I'd be happy with a couple of forced OTs and some decent scoring over this stretch. And that's the thing. I think the bar is low, Jules, but they've been resilient. They've played hard. I mean, we saw the comeback against Utah, among other things, even against Ottawa when they were down 3-0, and they are.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this team is resilient. Like, they're giving us something to cheer for. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you they're not. No, they're giving us something to cheer for. And that's all literally any of us could have asked for coming into this year. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, the Sharks are gonna like go like 4-0 during this road trip, but I can't sit here and tell you that they're worth watching and they're very exciting. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, just kind of going through and see if there's anything here. I mean, Big Bird, yeah, a possible 0-6 road trip. Well, technically 1-5 because of the win tonight. I
Yeah,
mean,
one on
the kind
five.
of the whole thing in Seattle, and then you're going cross country, kind of throw
Yeah.
things
I
off
mean,
a little bit. But
things can fall apart, but again, what were the Sharks' expectations going into the season? Bottom 5 team, right?
yeah,
So like if things go correctly, are you mad about it? No, they're making progress.
you want to see some sort of progress. I mean,
You don't just want to constantly be at the bottom. Like
right.
you can get the Sharks, except for that right hand D, which we all know we need. The Sharks have a lot of the pieces already in place. Like
Yeah.
they have a good prospect pool. Go look it up.
Yeah. The way Walman sees the pucks, makes passes, he's got natural ability to make plays and impact all 3 zones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
it's
that's
great there.
we're saucy. He's totally right there.
Yeah. With this win tonight, we've moved up 4 places from 30th in the league standings. Yeah. Darius, thank you for your $10
Thank
super
you
chat.
for the super chat.
Appreciate it as always, my friend. Super chats, if you're not aware, they don't get us, extra Pepsi or whatever Jules is having, at
Vitamin water. We're not sponsored by this. No
yeah.
sponsors.
I mean, it goes to help keep the lights on with the website and the SoundCloud to make sure everything is hunky dory there. So, continue on finishing up with some of the quotes. Again, AJ, thank you for that. Smith looks more and more comfortable every game he plays. We'll look at the film, but I think he's looking more comfortable each game. Maybe the move to the wing wasn't a bad idea. I know we were having people talk
What
about
have
it,
we
but
said from the start?
it's like, try that out. Why not?
Yeah, like moving, I thought honestly, like, we touched on this yesterday, but like the Eklund, Celebrini Zetterlund line, keep it together. And then if for some odd reason that doesn't work, you have the Lund line in your back pocket. And then if that doesn't work, you can try Celebrini and Smith together. Like
Right.
the Sharks on offense right now have so many options. It's not even funny.
It's nice to have the problem.
Yeah.
You're not banking on that. So, uh
What
yeah.
else?
But I mean, you see it all around here, and I'm just kind of getting from notifications from Twitter. It's like, give this team 3 years, they'll be back in the playoffs. Give this team some time. It's going to happen.
Because they have people on the way. Like, and the thing, like, this isn't the finished product.
Right.
And like, they have guys who I'm actually think in later rounds could come up and be something. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
we're not trading the first round pick this year. That's not what Puck and I are saying. All we're saying is
Oh
that
God.
no, they shouldn't keep the first round pick. I'm not going to sit here and talk about the draft, but keep the first round pick. All we're saying is that this team could surprise people. And especially it is dependent though on how they do on this road trip, because they could easily fart the bed on this road trip, and then we're gonna be here talking, oh, the Sharks are back to like 31st behind, Anaheim or Chicago in the standings. Like,
Right.
giveth or taketh.
I mean, there's going to be peaks. There's
Yeah.
definitely going to be some valleys. We're just not
Yeah.
going to have like the 9-game. I think, what do we have? Like 4 or 5?
Like, we're just not
9-game
gonna have the
losing streaks
11th
last
game
year?
losing streaks. That's all we're saying. Like,
That's all.
and if somehow the Sharks do well on this upcoming road trip, let's see what
Then
happens.
then
Then
we'll
we'll
have a different
discuss.
conversation.
We'll have a
and-
different conversation. But for right now, it's just, they're a young team. There's gonna be ebbs and flows, and enjoy the ebbs when it happens, because the chances are it's gonna get worse again.
Yeah. I mean, so let's see here, kind of going through here. Jake Walman had 26-20 in ice time tonight. That's a career high. He had 10-26 in ice time in the third period alone.
I mean, with that defense, we need someone to defend. We need someone to defend. So, just saying, Ferraro's hasn't been cutting it. He's had he has had some moments, but Ferraro's defense,
Yeah. Blackwood had a ton of positive praise for Ferraro in the room. Says he's always positive, upbeat, and helps keep the guys smiling. And yeah, I mean, he is the captain by default. I mean, it's kind of the case,
Yeah.
Yeah. We got 96 watching. Only come on.
They're upset because the Sharks are winning too many games now.
Let's at least get that to 42 for Luca Cagnoni, that we're going to talk about in just a jiffy here.
Okay, all right. I want to address this. I'm not feeding into this, but you don't want to be Detroit. Never. Here's the thing: Sharks have gotten their blue chip franchise guy who they can build around, and yes, they can get another one in this year's draft. But I also don't want the Sharks to be on a 13-game losing skid, losing every game with 2 teenagers in the lineup. That's what you have to think about there. That's not a good environment. At least kind of give them, some winning environment, because you do have 2 teenage kids on the roster.
Yeah.
You can have all the draft capital and stuff and keep getting high picks year in, year out. At some point, not saying it's this year, but at some point you got to turn the corner and start actually building up to something. Anyways, I'm done.
Gotcha. Blackwood, on hearing his Sharks teammates have all the confidence in the world in them, that's amazing to me, because I love this group. I love each and every single guy in there. I believe they're all great players. To have them have confidence in me means the world to me, and that's the thing too. You've gone through a lot of these guys have moved around. Blackwood's been one of them. Vanacek as well. Is to have that growing confidence, and it's not a bad thing to have a goaltender competition, because somebody's waiting in the wings down at the Cuda level
You
right
literally
now.
have Askarov just, causing menaces with the Cuda.
Yeah. So let's kind of talk about them.
Ooh, Barracuda.
I mean, as you mentioned earlier, 12 goals by the Cuda.
Yeah. They also, so real quick here, where the hell did it go? They have the best penalty kill right now in the AHL at 90.6%. And they are, I believe, third. Let me double check this real quick, because I don't want to say false information. But lastly, check, they are third in the Pacific. Oh, no, I lied. They're now tied for second in the Pacific Division with the Colorado Eagles with 24 points. So they're 5 points behind of the Wranglers, who are first in the division. Colin Graft is like third, I think, amongst points right now. I'm pulling up Graft. Yeah, so Graft is fourth right now. He's tied for fourth in the AHL with points with 22. He has 5 goals, 17 assists. As a rookie, mind you. Colin Graff is a rookie. Luca Cagnoni is 17th in points with 18, with 7 goals, 11 assists for 18 points. Andrew Portowalski's been amazing. He's 14th with he's tied for 14th with 8 goals, 11 points, 19 assists. This team is good.
It is good,
Um,
and they played well tonight against the Abbotsford Canucks as Tigres del Mar.
Yeah. No, their jerseys were so sick tonight.
Yeah, I really like those. Whenever they do the Tigres del Mar jerseys, it's always been very nice to see. But I digress. You wanted to talk about Thomas Bordelot, your boy?
Oh, yeah, of course he scored tonight. Because of course he did. Also wanted to point out, so the Cuda goals for, they have 68 goals for. That's fourth in the AHL. Goals against, which is typically somewhat the Achilles heel of the Cuda, they're at 50 goals against, which is ninth in the AHL. So this team isn't just scoring goals; they can also, for the most part, defend their net. So like they're and the thing is like they have moments where they could choke a game. Like that happened last night. They almost blew the lead. They almost gave it up. But then they came back and they can score goals, and so keep an eye out on the Cuda. It's worth going to watch, especially with Askarov down there. I think they are genuinely going to make a very good playoff push and come playoffs. As we know with the Sharks, anything can happen.
Right.
So,
just to make an adjustment, the PK it was 90.8%. That's best in the league.
Best in the league, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're number 4 in the power play at 22%. Part of which is Luca Cagnoni. I'm trying to get it right. I keep trying to add the G to it. But I mean, I think he's got 19
good
points in 19 games. I mean, that's just insane.
I mean, like I don't. And the thing is, Muka Madulin's playing poorly right now. Like Shakir isn't. I think he's having a little bit of a slump right now. I think he's having a little bit of a slump right now, but they're only going to get better. So again, because they're going to get more help. I think here soon, if Goodrow gets healthy and stuff like that, so they'll get Cardwell back. They have Goosh, and the Sharks they're probably gonna do a roster transaction to get Jack Thompson down there at some point come playoff time for the Cuda, and that team, look out, because they're gonna be a problem in the playoffs.
And a young team too that emphasize that's gonna have that
very young
that playoff experience, AJ. And the best part, the Silver Knights suck. Hope I did that right.
Oh yeah, no, they are horrible. Last I checked, they only won 4 games. Now, granted, that could have changed. Yeah, Shakir's in front of the net defense has just been weirdly bad.
Yeah, he got hit pretty easily, and it led to a goal off of the turnover the other night. And I was like, that's not a good look there, bud. But again, that's where they got to get these kinked out before they head up to the Sharks, and that's the thing that you want to see. Let them make the mistake and then be back for that, So
yeah.
More quotes slowly coming in. Walman showed, I told Macklin I've never seen a bad pass from him like that before. We had a little laugh about it. I got him back for one in the third period.
Oh, this is why I love this team. It's just, Celebrini, the thing is, Celebrini made so many good defensive plays today. He had like maybe 2 bad ones where you're like, what are you doing, kid? But like the dude plays like he's going to win the Selkie at some point in his career.
So
he's insane.
So the Cuda win 7-4 over the Abbotsford Canucks. What's next for them coming up?
Oh, I just had their
Wednesday, they're at home against the San Diego Gulls. That's a 7 p.m. start. And then they have 3 in a row against the Coachella Valley Firebirds, a back-to-back next weekend, Saturday, 6 p.m. That's the Teddy Bear Toss game. And then a 3 p.m. start on Sunday, again, against the Firebirds. So they got a good home stretch, gang. Come on out and get your hockey on. I mean, and the Teddy Bear Toss is always fun. Always bring the teddy bear, and or if you're feeling very generous, go to Costco, get like one of those gigantic,
giant ones. Yeah.
I'll never forget the first one that they had, and you just see the big one. I think the Cuda players had to literally try to use their sticks to get it down. So that's always fun to see.
This season has been a coming out party for Walman. He's now tied for 6th among NH. Oh, my bad. I told you guys wrong information. Oh, okay, yeah. He's now tied with 6th. Why did the NHL fucking website show me 14th
Well,
among
that's
NHL
because you're
defensemen?
relying on NHL.
Yeah, that was my fault. Sorry about that, guys.
No, speaking of prospects, I know this is something you wanted to touch up. As more and more leaks coming out about the World Juniors selection camp roster for Team USA, they were told that Quentin Musty, before breaking his hand, was not going to be invited. Your thoughts?
Yeah, that's just okay. So they typically will go preference with NCAA. And not Macklin. Jesus, Musty did his stock went a little low when he sat out and requested that whole trade shabacle. But I don't see how you don't invite him. Now I know you have Cole Iserman, but like he at least should have gotten the invite. And I know they probably prefer guys from NCAA, but that he should have gotten an invite in my opinion.
It's going to be interesting, but quite a bummer to have have them just kind of leave him out. Okay, I mean, I think he's one of your better prospects, but if you don't want to win in Ottawa, go by all means. Paul Medina is like, Trevor Connolly over Musty is insane.
Connolly has all the skill in the world. It's just a ton of red flags with character. So yeah, Connolly over Musty. Well, yeah. I don't. I don't know. I think isn't Connolly in the NCAA? There's your answer to that. So.
And Sam Dickinson, 40 points in 23 games for London, just managing the Sharks in a couple of seasons. The top 40 is Dickinson, Kenyoni, Polkamp, Mukabadulin, Thompson, Run, and Vlasic.
One of those things is not like the other.
You need that veteran presence. And don't forget to mention, where's Jake Walman in that?
I mean, yeah. But Vlasic must be always. Oh God. No, I mean Polkamp is going to surprise people. He's a guy that'll surprise people. Cagnoni, go watch a Cuda game is my answer to that. Dickinson, I would love Dickinson to go play the NCAA. Not gonna lie. He's again. There's a reason the Sharks took him where they did. Who else? Oh, we have another super chat. Thank you, Rocks and Jaws. $5.
Sorry.
We both clicked the, but you're fine. Yeah. Greer must be smiling from ear to ear after getting not only Walman and Askarov, but also Liljegren for literally nothing.
And just think about what the trade deadline could bring. I mean, that's something you're improving for now, but also down the road.
Yeah. I mean, so nice. It's the Sharks are in a fine position. I have been a Greer fan since basically day one. Have not really questioned his moves. But I've questioned like 2 or 3, but most of them, the Burns trade was god awful. But besides that, I haven't really minded it. And we'll see what Greer does this deadline. Because he's gonna have some tough decisions. Whether it's Granlund, we'll find out what they do with Granlund. That's going to be the big one.
CC, you can even put Walman in that framework too.
Walman has 1 more year left, so I think they keep him. But Granny will be interesting to see what Greer does with.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, you've done pieces that help right now and also help down the road in the future, which is wonderful to see in that realm. Speaking of wonderful, more hockey is always wonderful. PWHL got started today, and I gotta say, it was a shootout between the Montreal Victoire and Ottawa Charge, and then it was the craziest thing. So the PWHL's added some different rules in. So last year it was the jailbreak that if you score a shorthanded goal, your player gets to come out of the box. The other one that they did this year.
That's amazing. If that's actually insane.
There's also one that they did. What was it? The no escape rule, meaning that whoever the players were on the ice when the penalty took place have to stay on the ice to begin the penalty kill.
Ooh, can we do that in the NHL? That sounds like fun.
And what it did was Sarah Nurse isn't exactly a PKer per se, according to the broadcast. They clear the puck out. It goes right to Nurse. She skates in on a breakaway, scores a shorthanded goal. Got the place rocking in Toronto early on, and it got your player out of the box. I mean, that's pretty sweet to get everything going. A little wrinkle. We'll see if it catches on, but nice to see some hockey getting underway. Toronto beat Boston 3-1, and then
Ooh, fun.
and then Montreal over Ottawa 4-3 in a shootout. And I think
Marie
Minnesota
Marie Poulin with the game winner. Love her.
Freaking
Love her. Catch a PWHL game. They're fun.
They were fun. So,
thoughts on the trade today? Ooh.
yes.
Do you mean the Jurczyk trade? I need a reminder of what was a part of that because it was a lot.
There was. Let's see. I can maybe try to add the graphic on. Go ahead. Keep talking.
No. For those of you who don't know, the Minnesota Wild acquired David Jurczyk today. From the Columbus Blue Jackets, and I just want to say I think Columbus did really well with this deal. They got a basically. Oh, here it is. Got it. So the Columbus Blue Jackets get Damian Hunt, a conditional first-round pick, because ever since Erik Karlsson, we got to put conditions on everything. A 2026 third-round pick. Whoa, what is this? A 2026 third and fourth round pick and a 2027. Yeah, there it is. And that's English.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a lot to Columbus for.
I will say, the Wild's blue line is nasty because they have Faber, Jurczyk, and Buyam now. So those are going to be their big three. But yeah.
But I mean, a first, second, third, fourth, plus Damian Hunt, that seems like a fleecing to me in my mind.
It depends how Jurczyk pans out. Like, let's be real here, because his value was a little low. Like, he went a little bit on the downswing. So, like, it depends. The Wild are pretty good at developing D-man. So, in my opinion, this is fully dependent on how Jurczyk pans out and how the Columbus Blue Jackets use those picks. Like, who are you drafting with that first pick? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, oh yeah, everyone's more Utah beat Vegas 6-0.
And that's historic because I believe that's the first shutout in Utah Hockey Club history.
Yeah, it was also done by, I think, a goalie that's not one of their starters. So props to that goalie. Because I saw the name, I was like, that does not look familiar. But yeah. Yeah, and then also the Colorado Avalanche, in desperate need of a goalie, acquired Scott Wedgwood from the Nashville Predators in exchange for, I believe, Onnen, I believe is how you pronounce it.
Yes. And Nunnen, I believe, is
Nunnen.
Yeah. Do I have pronunciation guide somewhere?
A Nunnen and a 6th-round pick. So I like that deal for the Preds. I think a Nunnen has a lot to offer. But yeah, I think a Nunnen has a lot to offer. So we'll find out.
Justus and Nunnen is what my pronunciation guide says. You know.
Thank you, AJ. Jackson Stauber stopped all 29 shots for his first NHL shutout of his career. This is the biggest home loss in Vegas Golden Knights history.
Whoa, that was at in Vegas tonight. Wow.
Yeah. Greer not well. If it takes a whole draft class to get Jurczyk, I get why Greer didn't bite on him.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to move their first round pick to get him.
They're not going to move their first. Like, I don't blame the Wild are super high right now in the standings, and this is kind of their like buying for the deadline. But yeah, someone offered the Dawnfather 2 first. I think it was pretty low first. So
I look good awful cover fools. Okay, yeah, but yeah, all right. I think that kind of covers it all in the world of hockey this evening. How did San Jose State do? Did they play?
Oh, we didn't talk about that goalie interference thing that got called back.
Oh, go on.
Okay, so for those of you like with 7 seconds left in the game, we're jumping all over the place tonight. But with 7 seconds left in the game, or like 8 seconds, Matty Beniers scored, but it was called back, or the like room in Toronto initiated a review for it for goalie interference because Gord's butt basically hit Blackwood. And I think that's what happened there, and that was goalie interference. I'm seeing a lot of that wasn't goalie interference. I don't know what goalie interference is anymore. I'm not gonna lie, because
No.
in my opinion, when I watched it the first time, I was like, "Are we counting so basically anyone touching the goalie now is counted as interference?" Because in my opinion, it didn't stop Blackwood from making the trade because he could still have slide over, but I guess because it was head contact, Gord was set up in the blue. But I've seen players. All right. Anyways, for those of you who I'm not gonna get into this, but yeah. It affected the head movement. Yeah, all right. Again, I still don't know what goaltender interference is in this league, so but yeah.
It's just a toss up at this point. I mean, look, it really is. So Cal and San Jose State were off this week, so there's your card up and everything. Yeah,
He was parked in the blue. But again, like he barely touched Black. Like, sure, I mean, I get it. I'm not trying to argue it, but I've seen calls not get that called that way when the guy's parked in the blue. That's all I'm saying.
Ask Tommy Wingles.
Get Ian Reed on. Well, Ian would go off right now. Also, just saying.
Yeah, no, Ian will be on Sunday night, 7 p.m. for Pucknologists, along with the AJ's comments and thoughts about this week. I mean, it's going to be fun. Don't worry. AJ and Ian will be enjoying this week in Sharks hockey.
Oh yeah, they're gonna love it.
And I'm sure there'll be things to be said on a very special hour-and-a-half edition during the 49ers game, which is looking like it's going to be played in the frozen tundra, even more so than it was against the Packers last week. So
yeah, this is a must-win game for the Niners.
So with that, I think we will wrap things up. In case you missed anything or you want to watch this again, which we'd appreciate, check us out at tealtownusa.com. If you want the audio version, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts: Apple, YouTube Music, YouTube, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeart, Odyssey. And of course, if you're watching us on the YouTube, we really encourage you to hit that like button. It does help us out immensely, getting the word out about the show and our podcasts. And of course, hit that subscribe button. That also goes a long way to helping us out. And the notification bell, because, we go on after every single Sharks game. Might end 10 minutes early, might end 20 minutes later because of a shootout. So check us out there. Jules.
Mm-hmm. Final thoughts
Before you finally get a day off. Thank you for covering 8, 9 games.
Oh, I love it. It's fun.
See what happens when you have a musical.
When I don't have a musical, you mean?
Well, I'm saying you have a musical. Now you're catching up on everything.
I went to go see Wicked today, the movie. Yeah, I'm also making Puck. I could go see it. So, it was good.
That's
it was
what
a good
she
movie.
thinks.
Listen, you did promise me, so
did I?
You did. You did. You did. And I'm waiting for like a sarcastic comment by Tiger, who's trying to explain to me goaltender interference in this league, which there's just no rules for goaltender interference, and I will stand by that.
I like how she changed the subject.
What? No, I mean, listen, when the Sharks do good, it's good, and yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, Macklin Celebrini is good at hockey, if you do not know that. And Puckeye's going to go watch the Wicked movie with me. And life is good. We're going to defy gravity. And the Sharks defied. Can the Sharks defy the odds this week is my question.
We hope so.
AJ.
Oh, wow. You almost got through one without Woodish. All right.
Without being Wood. Yeah, I'm shocked no one
Yeah, glad you cut yourself.
no one mentioned Woodish. Beasted on the Sharks after we trade Sturm. Beasted's good. Beasted's really good. I really like Philip Beast. He just doesn't get enough credit because our prospect pool's insane right now. But
Right.
he I can check the points here if Puck Guy wants to stall for a few seconds.
Go for it. I'll look at 9 gang. The Sharks have got at least a point in more games than they haven't. If Celebrating wasn't injured, we'd be right there, I swear. Yeah, and I mean, and I know AJ will bring up the 1-goal games and the 1-goal games with empty netters. I mean, they, like I said, they're 4 points out of a playoff spot. Just think if they won 3 games instead of losing, the way they did the first 9. I mean, it's just great. Heck, opening night, they just win opening night. They're right in a playoff chase right now. It's crazy.
So real quick, Philip Beasted in 15 AHL games because he was injured for 3 has 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points. Good for 4th. Donovan, who will also give a shout out to him. He has 4 in 17. He has 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points for 5th on the team. So like the team, they're playing. And shout out to Lucas Van Roboys, who never passes the puck because he just has a solid 4 goals, no assist. I find that really funny. So yeah,
the guys are like, oh yeah, just get it to him. He'll just shoot.
He'll just rip one, eh? Because I think everyone else on the team has an assist at least.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, except for Van Roboy. I mean, I'm counting like at least 4 games played, like at least a few games played here. But yeah, all right, that's just funny.
Yes, no, we're not going to pull a 2019 Blues. That'd be a little. I mean, I mean,
like, trust me, I'd love that, but
I'm the eternal optimist of this whole group. I mean, but no, if that were to happen, I mean,
if that were to happen, Puck Guy's dressing up as Alphaba and singing "Defying Gravity" live on air.
No. Ricky mentioning Reese Lawback, SJ native, is a point per game player in the NCAA. Yes. That's like I love seeing the Bay Area guys making some money in the leagues. Go ahead before we get out of here.
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, there's a lot of young kids to shout out, but like we could be Nate Miskey, WHL right now, 5 goals, 11 assists, 16 points in 21 games. Carson Wetch, 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points. Eric Polkamp has 13 points in 14 games. Colton Roberts, Jesus, has 13, not as good, but 13 points in 21 games with the WHL. Cameron Lund has basically is a point per game player, is at a point per game in the NCAA. He's taking that next step. So I could go on and on, but yeah.
But we will take off for now. If that were to happen, AJ would dress up as the Grinch and then eat the entire.
All right, you heard it here, folks. If the Sharks win the Stanley Cup this year,
AJ, I don't think that's what they meant when they told you to eat your greens. But hey, yes, and if you're Sharks, if you're Sharks and have Lund in your name, you win. Yeah.
Honestly, we can have a full like power play of Lunds here. We can call it the Lund play. We just need to draft a defenseman whose last name starts with Lund.
I think if we just changed Luca Cagnoni's name to Cagnoni Lund, I mean
Cagnoni Lund.
I mean, why not at this point?
Welcome to your Lund power play.
I smell a marketing plan. All right. AJ and Ian will be back 7 p.m. Sunday night to recap the week that was in Sharks hockey. After Dark will return on Tuesday following Sharks and Capitals. So it's an early start on the West Coast around 4 p.m. So we'll be on around 6:30. So be on the lookout for that. Just do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button down below that and then get your bell notified so you are here when it goes live. So for Jules, I am Puck Guy. We'll see you tomorrow night for Pucknologist. And until then, Keep it real. Keep it
Keep it what?
teal. Keep it real teal. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, everyone.